Dave here, September 13th. Some of you I've talked to that want to talk about history and how important history is. I could not agree with you more. History is extremely important. So that's the point I was trying to make, and I'm going to try to make that again. Okay, history is no longer in existence. History does not exist anymore. History only exists in our minds, in our collective minds, how we both understand history, okay? So if we understand the failures of history or the successes of history and the chain of events that led up to that point in history, then we can both, all of us, can go forward with understanding, no matter what color our skin is, no matter what heritage, no matter what background, no matter what planet we came from. So that is why it's so important for us to understand history, okay? We learn from history so we don't repeat it. It's so simple. You see the chain of events that led up to the destruction or the unification or whatever, and they're repeatable or they're avoidable because of the knowledge that you've gained for the society to thrive, wouldn't you say? If billions of people all understand where they came from collectively in a place, and they all understand the history of each other, and wouldn't that make for a more building type society? The only motive to remove history by anybody would be to hide the truth, to hide their role or what has already happened or what they're trying to do. Well, what would be somebody's motive? What are they guilty of? What do they not want us to know? What do they not want us to see? And who would, try to hide it except for somebody that was guilty of something? So if we know their tactics and we understand what they've done in the past or what other people have done in the past, can we not, as a collective society, learn from that? Okay, we would be able to live together in, relative peace and harmony. There's always going to be people out there that want to hurt us. There's always a criminal out there. There's always criminals out there. Always criminals out there, right? Okay, but we don't have to look at each other every day as criminals and be afraid to walk down the street and think that, you're going to be fighting your neighbor, right? You can brush history under the rug, and you can say it never happened, and you can say, okay, well, this is the true history. And then 50 years, 60 years, 100 years, 200 years, whatever, it all happens again. Numerous things that you can research on how cultures may have led to their own demise. And we can see those things throughout the recorded history. Recorded history, that's the point, recorded history. If it's not recorded, then there's nothing that we can go back to and understand. They don't want you to know how things were done previously. They don't want you to understand what their ultimate game is or gain or goal is. The true history of any culture should only serve to learn from. It should only help us understand each other more, right? And understand the similarities, okay? Not the differences. Why do we focus on the differences so much? Why do we have to focus on the color of your skin? Learn from history so we don't repeat. Learn from history so we don't repeat. Learn from history so we don't repeat.